Hi everyone, Rob Phoenix here. I just wanted to take a quick minute or two to, hang on, that's better. Quick minute or two to uh, discuss kind of an issue, not really an issue, but something that came up this weekend that I thought was a really good teachable moment, I guess, as they say. So, a little while back, a short while back, I'd say maybe about 2 months ago, I had tried for a client. Her daughter. I had tried for a client's daughter, and there were several back and forths between me and the client, and several treatment sessions. Well, this weekend I heard from the mother of the client. She said her daughter was doing very well, and that to quote her, whatever it is you did worked. So great. All praise and glory and honor go to God, not me. So anyway, she then said, is what you did on your website. I would love to read it and see exactly what you did. The answer to that is no. The website is an awesome resource. It's an awesome, what am I looking for? Venue, I suppose, to share information, educational information, to share a lot about the actual tradition of powwow and all the possibilities that exist within the tradition. I also like to share some of my day-to-day happenings, on a smaller level, like things with my family, maybe some gardening stuff. Not everything I put on the website, as far as charms and cures, not everything is something I do. And the flip side of that is not everything I do makes it to the website. I keep those things to myself. Historically, powwowers have done this. We've kept, our most important or most powerful or whatever cures and charms to ourselves. I suppose there are a lot of reasons for this, but after all these years of kind of trying to analyze it and figure out why do we do that? What I feel the most comfortable with, what I feel is the right explanation for that is that, like for example, this woman and her daughter, it worked for them. And that's all that matters. Now, if I were to give them a script, a printout, if you will, of everything I said and the gestures I did and the things that I had made for them, you can imagine that they might look at these things and start analyzing it, taking it apart, saying, why did he say that? That doesn't make any sense. Or why was he doing this? I don't understand. What is this? How could this, bring about this change and this healing? It doesn't make sense. Or, I don't really care for that. It sounds odd to me or weird. So you can see how those kinds of thoughts would or could, I suppose, undo any progress that the person has made in their healing, undo any of the work that I have been trying for over this time. So personally, I think it's best to keep some of your things to yourself. Now, that kind of falls into the discussion of whispering, versus speaking out loud, which is probably why whispering was so common, or one of the reasons why. For me personally, I think it's okay to say some things out loud. It's okay for the client to hear it if you feel like they will benefit from hearing what you are saying. And you can kind of gauge that with your client. Like, are they coming to you with a deep religious need in addition to spiritual need and physical healing needs? So if they're going to need something religious to comfort them, then certainly you can do at least parts of your session out loud. You can pray with them or pray over them. Something that would be familiar to them and not weird or spooky or, kind of odd. because powwow has some of that in it too, some weird, maybe spooky, kind of odd things. Best to keep those to yourself or keep them quiet. Speak in a way that they won't really hear what you're saying. The stuff works, it really does, but I fully admit that some of it is a little odd. And so that being said, do I put everything I do out there for the public? Absolutely not. And everything I put out there for the public, I don't do all of that stuff. A large part of what I'm putting out there is for education only, like to explain to you, yes, this is within the tradition, these kinds of charms, this kind of working. I may do those, I may do something similar, I may do something completely different. But to answer the question, if I try for you, sorry, with the hands again, if I try for you and I have a session with you, or multiple sessions, as in the example of this woman's daughter, you're not always going to know what I'm saying or doing. And certainly anything I do behind the scenes, you probably won't know about. You'll see the final result of that, whether it's a Brock bag or a talisman or Himmelsbrief or whatever. But I'm not always going to reveal to you what I did, or why I did it, or what I said, or why I said it, or whatever. That's just part of the tradition. That's just something you have to accept when you come to a powwow. Like, you're just not going to know everything that I'm doing. I promise you it would be good. I promise you it would be for your benefit. And hopefully that's enough. So I hope that made some sense. You could talk to a different powwow or find a different powwow video after watching this and find a completely different opinion. That's okay. It's a powwow is just a one-person show. I'm not consulting with other powwowers. We don't have a group of any kind. We're not like comparing notes and, making decisions on what powwow should be. We're all on our own. So my work may differ from another powwow that you might meet. But there you go. So hopefully that answers some questions, or at least gave you some information you didn't really have before. The weekend is over, folks. It's Sunday night, and let me tell you, this was one of the most boring Sundays I've had in a long time. Normally I like Sunday, but today it's just rainy and cold, and I just felt achy and tired all day. You ever have one of those days? I mean, I did finish up. I just want to say this. I'm writing a chapter for a book called The Llewellyns Complete Book of American Folk Magic, I believe. It's coming out, I'm thinking, next year in spring. It's this collaborative effort between myself and about 50 other people, different folk magic traditions around the country. So I had a chapter on powwowing, which I finally finished today and sent it off. Hopefully I don't have errors in it. Hopefully they won't want any more changes, because I've changed a bunch of things, but if they do, it's okay. So I finished that today. At least I was a little bit productive. And then basically I just kind of watched videos and The Handmaid's Tale, and I read a book, and okay, I'm done. Have a great Sunday night. Have a great Monday tomorrow, and I'll see you guys soon. God bless you. Love you.